السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. أما بعد. Welcome back to day 6 of 10 in our study of the basics of the Tajweed of the Quran. And we've got a few more Tajweed rules to cover. So let's get on with it. Now, before we move on to new rules, as usual, we start with a recap of what we have learned so far. We have learned Mad Asli, and I can't stress how important Mad Asli is, but this is the most important Tajweed rule that you need to know. Because you get this wrong, you get the meaning wrong. The rest of the Tajweed rules are important, but it doesn't mess with the meaning. Mad Asli. Get this right. And what is the formula for Mad Asli? Nuhiha. You've got three letters, alif, waw and ya. Alif preceded by a fatha, ya preceded by a kasra, and waw preceded by a dhamma. All mad letters must be in the state of sakin. And if you look into the Medina Mus'haf, whenever it is a Mad Asli, it is sakin without any symbols on top of it. It is just going to be empty, and you know that it is a Mad Asli. The second rule that we learn is Wajibul Ghunna. And Wajibul Ghunna, the letters are just two, Noon and Mim, in the state of Shaddah. You've got that small W on top of it, and you read it with two haraka Ghunna. Inna, Amma. And we've also learned about Noon Sakin and Tanween, and there are two types of Noon Sakin and Tanween. You've got the apparent Noon Sakin, non-apparent Noon Sakin, aligned Tanween, non-aligned Tanween. And when it's apparent and aligned, you read it with Idhar, which is clear, no Ghunna, just plain basic Noon Sakin or Tanween. When it is non-apparent or non-aligned Noon Sakin or Tanween, you've got three rules. You either read it with merging or half merging or replacement. We've looked into merging and replacement yesterday. With merging, you've got merging with ghunna, merging without ghunna, or the Arabic term for it is idgham bi ghunna, idgham bila ghunna. And we've also looked into replacement. The letters for replacement is only ba, and the Arabic term for replacement is iqlab. You replace the Noon Sakin sound or the Tanween sound with a Mim sound. So Noon Sakin meets a ba in the example of Min Ba'di. It's not read Min Ba'di, it's read Mim Ba'di, as if there is a Mim in between the Noon Sakin and the ba. Mim Ba'di. With merging or idgham, you merge the Noon Sakin or the Tanween with the letters that come after it. And the letters of idgham or the letters of merging are yawmin, yawmin, ya, waw, mim, noon. That is idgham with ghunna or idgham bi ghunna. Idgham without ghunna, idgham bila ghunna are lam and ra. Yes, it is getting a bit more complicated at the moment. You've got more rules, but if you've been practicing since day one, the earlier rules are now part of your habits. You don't need to think about it anymore. It just comes as second nature. Now you focus on Noon Sakin and Tanween. Whenever you see a Noon Sakin or you see a Tanween, you know that there is a rule. There is something happening there. What is it? If it is aligned or apparent, it is idhar. If it is non-aligned, non-apparent, now you need to dissect what are the letters that come after it. If it's yawmin or lamra, it's merging either with ghunna or without ghunna. If it's ba, it's replacement, iqlab, you replace it with a mim sound. Now, half merging. Everything else that is not idhar, that is not idgham, that is not iqlab, becomes half merging. That means it's not a full merger like idgham. A full merger, for instance, hudam min rabbihim, the sound of the tanween, the n sound of the tanween disappears altogether because hudan min rabbihim. That's how you spell it, hudan min rabbihim. But when you read it with idgham, the n of the dan just completely disappears and merges into the meme. Hudam min rabbihim. Man yaqulu. Man yaqulu. The n noon of the man completely disappears, merge into the ya that follows. Man yaqulu, man yaqulu. Now, that is a full merger. What about a half merger? A half merger is like أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ. You've got noon sakin meets a dhal. Noon sakin meets a dhal. It's not أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ. That's a full merger. It's أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ. You've got a bit of the noon, but your tongue is already at the place of the dhal. أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ. So what are the letters of half merger? The letters of half merger are everything that is not idgham, that is not iqlab, and that is not idhar. There are 15 letters of half merger, and because there are so many alphabets, there are so many examples of them in the Quran. You've got أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ, then you've got أَنفُسَهُمْ أنفسهم. You place your tongue preparing to pronounce the next letter already, as if you are going to pronounce fa, but you try and pronounce noon with it. So the noon sound is still present while the tongue and the mouth is shaped to pronounce the next alphabet. أنفسهم. And let's look at this example. عمي فهم. Without half merger it becomes عمي فهم. With half merger it becomes عمي فهم. There is still the two haraka غنة there, but the merger is not complete like idgham. It's just half. You can still hear the sound of the noon. Let's take another example. إن الله على كل شيء قدير. شيء. It's not شيء قدير. It's شيء قدير. You are already preparing your mouth and your tongue to pronounce the qaf while reading the noon. شيء قدير. Alright, so that is the rule that we are learning today. Half merger. That completes the rule of noon sakin and tanween. So you've got full merger, and full merger can either be with ghunna or without ghunna. The Arabic term for it is idgham, either bi ghunna or bila ghunna. And then you've got complete replacement, which is iqlab, and you've got half merger, and the term for half merger is ikhfa. Ikhfa. So that's all for today. As usual, before we end, let's read some ayats from the Quran and dissect the tajweed rules together. Today's exercise will be Surah Al-Baqarah, page 4, ayah number 21 and 22. Let's begin. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. Let's dissect the tajweed together. The first mad asli you will find is الناس. يا أيها الناس. ناس. That is mad asli. اعبدوا ربكم الذي. ذي. That's another mad asli. خلقكم والذين. ذين. That's another mad asli. من قبلكم. من قبلكم. That's a noon sakin. And on top of the noon there is nothing. There is no sukoon symbol. So that means it cannot be idhar, because the nun sakin is not apparent. It has to either be idgham, iqlab or ikhfa. Iqlab is total replacement, and the letter for replacement is ba. That is not a ba, so you rule out iqlab. Is it ya, waw, mim, nun, lam, ra? Yaw, min, lam, ra? It is not one of the letters of idgham, so it can't be idgham, and that leaves us with Ikhfa, the half merger, the new rule that we learned today. And how do you pronounce it? You place your tongue, shape your mouth as if you're already going to pronounce the letter qaf, and you read through noon. Min qablihim, with two haraka ghunna. لعلكم تتقون. Now move on to the next ayah. الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء. الذي, the, that's one mad asli. جعل لكم الأرض فراشا. ra, that is mad asli. You see the small alif there, alif saghira, makes it mad asli. Shan, shaw. So why do I read it shaw? Because the tanween on top of the sheen is non-aligned. So you cannot read it shan because it's non-aligned. If it's non-aligned, it's not clear. It has to either be a merger, a half merger, or a replacement. Replacement, that's not it because it's not ba. Is it a full merger? Because it is waw, ya waw mim nun, yawmin. So yes, it is full merger. It is idgham bi ghunnah, idgham with ghunnah. You read it firashan. The n sound of the shan totally disappears and you merge it into the next letter, which is waw. Firashan was-samaa'a binaa'a. وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم. وأنزل, أنزل, the nun sakin, that is a non-apparent nun sakin. You don't see the sukun sign, so it cannot be read وأنزل. It cannot be clear, cannot be idhar. But what is it? It's not replacement, it's not iqlab because it's not a ba. Is it ya waw mim nun lam ra? It is not. So it's not idgham either. That leaves us with only ikhfa. How do you pronounce ikhfa or the half merger? You place your tongue almost pronouncing zay. That is the next letter, zay. Wa anzala, almost pronouncing zay, z, but you pronounce nun. Wa anzala with two haraka. غنة. وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخ. So the tanween there on top of the hamza, it's non-aligned tanween, so it cannot be idhar, it cannot be clear. It has to be merger, half, or replacement. Cannot be replacement because it is not ba. Is it idgham? No. That leaves us with only ikhfa, or the half merger. Place your tongue, shape your mouth, almost pronouncing the next letter, which is fa, fa. ما فأخرج به. Pay attention to the symbol after the letter ha. That is a small ya. We've seen a small alif, we've seen a small waw. Today we're seeing a small ya. You read it with two harakah as well because there is no other symbol on top of the ya. There is a sakin. Bihi min ath-thamara. Ra is mad asli, small alif. Rizqan lakum, qallakum. That is non-aligned tanween, non-aligned tanween. But what's the letter after it? It's a lam. What is lam? It's not replacement. Is it a full merger? Is it idgham? Yes. Ya waw mim nun lam ra. And idgham bila gunna, lam and ra. So it's idgham bila gunna. You merge it, but you read it without gunna. How do you do it? Instead of rizqan lakum, an, the n of the qan, n at the end, disappears. You just merge it with the next letter, no gunna. Rizqan lakum. رزقا لكم فلا تجعلوا لله أندادا وأنتم تعلمون. That is all for today. Continue reading the Quran. Make sure that you dissect the Tajweed rules. Stop every now and then and analyze the Tajweed rules. As usual, if you have any questions, put it in the comment below. Inshallah, I will answer them in the next video. If you like these videos and the series, subscribe to Qaswa House YouTube channel and just share it around with your friends. See you tomorrow. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.